In the dazzling and unpredictable world of celebrities where every move is magnified under the global spotlight, fans are constantly intrigued by the smallest actions and words of their favorite stars, and one of the most talked about figures in this universe is none other than Justin Bieber, whose journey from a small-town Canadian boy singing on YouTube to becoming one of the biggest global pop icons has been filled with exhilarating highs, emotional lows, and deeply human struggles. And when Justin recently posted the words, "This is not love," on Instagram, the internet exploded with speculation, as many wondered if it was a subtle reference to his marriage with Hailey Bieber, or if it was a broader reflection on life, fame, and the pressures that come with it. Yet beyond the surface of viral headlines and trending hashtags lies a much larger story, one that connects to the timeless theme of how celebrities navigate love relationships, personal identity, and the immense weight of public expectation. And as we unpack this intriguing moment in Justin's life, we also open the door to explore the wider celebrity universe, where stars across the globe, from Hollywood to Bollywood, from music to sports, from fashion to philanthropy, share the universal journey of finding themselves amidst chaos, proving time and again that behind every glamorous photo, every viral video, and every powerful lyric lies a deeply personal human story. And in this narrative, Justin becomes a lens through which we can also view the parallel struggles and triumphs of countless other stars who have learned to balance public adoration with personal authenticity, whether it is Selena Gomez, who has turned her painful experiences into chart-topping songs and a mental health advocacy movement, or Priyanka Chopra, who journeyed from Bollywood fame to international superstardom while redefining cultural boundaries, or even legendary icons like Beyoncé, who, despite commanding stages with unmatched power, continues to inspire fans with her vulnerability and openness about growth, healing, and resilience. All of these stories weave together into a grand tapestry of fame, perseverance, and humanity, reminding us that while celebrity lives may look perfect from afar, the reality is layered, complex, and filled with lessons that resonate with every one of us watching from the outside. And when we look deeper into Justin Bieber's world, it becomes clear that his recent post, "This is not love," is not just a random caption, but part of an ongoing narrative that has defined his career and his personal journey ever since he rose to fame as a teenager and was thrust into a world of flashing cameras, endless tours, and overwhelming adoration. His life has been under constant examination, and fans have watched him evolve through different eras. The baby era that catapulted him into international stardom, the journal and purpose eras where his artistry matured and where he explored themes of forgiveness, redemption, and self-discovery, and the more recent chapter, where Justin has often spoken openly about faith, mental health, and his relationship with Hailey Bieber. Their love story has become one of the most scrutinized romances in Hollywood, a relationship celebrated for its sweet moments and mutual support, but also tested by constant media rumors, criticism, and the pressures of being a young couple living under global surveillance. And when Justin shares a cryptic message, it fuels speculation because fans know his words often come from a place of honesty and vulnerability. Yet this is where the fascination lies, because the personal reflections of one celebrity ripple outward, sparking larger conversations about love, resilience, and identity in the modern world. And it is not just Justin who lives this paradox of vulnerability and public curiosity. Other stars across the globe find themselves walking the same tightrope. For instance, Ariana Grande has turned heartbreak and personal loss into chart-topping anthems that both entertain and heal, or someone like Taylor Swift, who has mastered the art of weaving her personal life into timeless storytelling, through music transforming pain into empowerment, and building a connection with fans so intimate it feels like friendship. These narratives resonate far beyond tabloid headlines. They become cultural markers shaping the way people talk about relationships, self-worth, and growth. And when Justin posts words that hint at conflict or reflection, it is not just his fans who pause. The entire celebrity ecosystem gets reframed around the idea of how icons manage the intersection of private emotions and public performance. And while Justin and Hailey navigate the ups and downs of marriage, others like David Beckham and Victoria Beckham continue to stand as proof that celebrity couples can endure decades of rumors, yet still emerge stronger, inspiring millions in the process, creating a contrast between fragile vulnerability and enduring love that makes us question what love really means in a world that never stops watching. And as the story unfolds around Justin Bieber and his thought-provoking "This is not love" message, the conversation naturally expands into how modern celebrities use social media as both a diary and a stage where every caption, photo, or video becomes a clue, a performance, and sometimes a cry for help. And this duality is what captivates audiences, because fans feel connected to their idols in ways that were impossible. Just a generation ago, they read between the lines of posts, they compare lyrics to personal lives, and they speculate about hidden meanings, creating a shared detective game that turns celebrities into living novels unfolding in real time. And Justin is far from the only one to experience this. Taylor Swift, for instance, has built an empire on the idea of leaving breadcrumbs for her fans using Easter eggs, hints, and lyrical puzzles to turn every album launch into a worldwide treasure hunt. Similarly, Selena Gomez, who has faced her own battles with health heartbreak and self-image, often shares candid posts that reveal her struggles with vulnerability and strength, reminding fans that behind the glamour lies a human being who feels the same fears and desires as anyone else. And when Justin opens up about confusion in love or hints at emotional turmoil, it resonates not only because of his fame, but because it mirrors the very questions so many people face in their own lives. What is love? How do we protect it? And when does it fade into something else? These themes echo through the celebrity world. We see it in the trials and comebacks of Britney Spears, whose journey from global pop princess to a symbol of resilience against the weight of fame has become a landmark story of strength. We see it in the growth of Miley Cyrus, who turned rebellion and reinvention into a career defined by authenticity. And we see it in global figures like Priyanka Chopra Jonas, who bridges cultures and identities while navigating the challenges of being both a Bollywood icon and a Hollywood star, each of these figures in their own way. Like Justin Bieber reflects the universal struggles of love, self-discovery, and staying true to oneself in the face of scrutiny. And what makes these stories captivating for viewers is the fact that they are delivered not in the quiet privacy of a journal, but in the loud, dazzling arena of social media and global news cycles, where every word gets amplified, every look gets dissected, and every relationship is seen as a symbol of something larger than itself. And when we think about the way Justin Bieber has navigated this complex space between public perception and personal reality, we realize that his journey is not isolated, but part of a much bigger narrative of how fame transforms people and tests relationships, and fans often wonder if his posts like this is not love, are raw truths directed at Hailey Bieber, or simply reflections of broader emotions that anyone might feel in moments of doubt, and yet instead of focusing only on speculation. It is equally fascinating to observe how celebrities all over the world balance their vulnerabilities with their victories, because while their struggles may dominate headlines, their achievements keep inspiring. Millions take, for instance, Beyoncé, whose every project is both a personal statement and a cultural event, turning music videos into art pieces and concerts into historical milestones. Or consider Lady Gaga, who redefined resilience through her battles with chronic pain and mental health, all while rising as one of the most influential performers of our time. Then there is Rihanna, who transformed her brand from a chart-topping artist to a global entrepreneur, empowering women through Fenty Beauty. And Savage X Fenty, reshaping standards of representation and inclusivity. And like Justin, all these stars share their stories in ways that feel personal yet universal, fueling conversations that extend far beyond gossip into meaningful discussions about identity, strength, and love. And as we transition back to Justin and Hailey, the fascination grows because their marriage symbolizes both the fragility and endurance of love under the world's brightest spotlight. Hailey herself has faced waves of online criticism and rumors, yet continues to stand by Justin, showing a quiet strength that mirrors the stories of many partners of famous figures who must navigate not only their own emotions, but the weight of public judgment. And in that sense, their relationship becomes more than a personal union. It becomes a living example of resilience and determination, a reminder that even in the glittering universe of celebrity culture, love requires effort, sacrifice, and forgiveness. Themes that are as relevant in Hollywood mansions as they are in ordinary households across the globe. And as the story of Justin Bieber and Hailey continues to unfold, the larger picture of celebrity culture becomes even clearer. Because for every headline that speculates about cracks in their marriage, there is another moment where they present a united front, showing fans that healing is possible, that growth takes time, and that love can survive even when tested in the harshest spotlight. And this is where Justin's emotional honesty sets him apart, because instead of hiding behind a perfect image, he allows people to see his struggles, from battling mental health challenges to addressing personal mistakes to publicly admitting when he feels lost or overwhelmed. And in doing so, he connects with fans not as a superstar, but as a human being who is still learning and still fighting to protect what matters most. And this authenticity is something that has defined the careers of many global icons who faced moments of uncertainty, only to rise stronger. Think of Britney Spears, whose freedom fight became one of the most publicized stories in modern entertainment history, or Demi Lovato, who has turned her personal battles into powerful anthems for resilience and self-acceptance, or even Selena Gomez, who uses her platform, not just for music and acting, but to spread awareness about mental health and kindness, proving that vulnerability is not weakness but strength. And when we compare their stories to Justin's, it becomes clear that this generation of celebrities is rewriting the rules of fame by showing imperfections, instead of hiding them by using social media as a window into their humanity, rather than just a billboard for their success. And this shift is one reason why fans stay so invested, because they see their own lives mirrored in the struggles and triumphs of stars who seem larger than life, yet also so relatable. And as Justin continues to post messages that spark curiosity, speculation, and empathy, the narrative grows deeper, creating a blend of mystery, inspiration, and raw truth that keeps audiences hooked, waiting for the next chapter. And so as we reach the heart of this unfolding journey, it becomes clear that Justin Bieber's post saying "this is not love" is not just a fleeting caption or a random thought, but rather a reflection of the ongoing battle between personal truth and public perception. A reminder that love in its purest form is more than pictures on social media or perfect smiles at red carpet events. It is about forgiveness, growth, sacrifice, and above all, the courage to keep choosing each other every single day. And whether or not his words were meant for Hailey or simply for himself, they have sparked a global conversation about what love really looks like when stripped of glamour and expectation. And in that sense, Justin has once again proven that his story goes far beyond chart-topping hits or stadium tours, because it is a story about resilience, about stumbling in front of millions, and still daring to stand back up, about learning that fame cannot shield you from pain, but it can amplify your voice when you use it to inspire others. And when we step back and look at the bigger picture, from the comebacks of stars like Robert Downey Jr., who transformed his life and became a symbol of redemption, to the relentless dedication of Taylor Swift, who turned heartbreak into anthems that connected with generations, to the timeless grace of icons like Beyoncé, who remind us that discipline and authenticity can coexist with stardom. We realize that Justin's chapter is simply another part of this ongoing book of celebrity humanity. And maybe that is the true takeaway, not whether a post was meant for Hailey or for himself, but whether it sparks us to reflect on our own definitions of love and resilience, because in the end, we all struggle, we all heal, and we all search for meaning in the mess of life. And as fans, we continue to watch, support, and connect, because these stories are not just theirs, they are ours too. And so the question remains, will Justin and Hailey's love stand as a beacon of endurance, or will it become another lesson in the complicated dance between fame and reality? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain: their journey, like so many before them, will continue to inspire and captivate millions across the world. And with that, thank you for watching. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful stories about the stars you love and the truths they reveal, because this is just the beginning and the next chapter is always closer than we think.